Well, clearly the 80s were rough on my hair. I mean, I do not know how I survived that. Hello, Raytown! It is so good to be back. How are you guys? How's it? This is so lovely. Thank you for all your hard work, Kathy, and the entire committee, and everybody who's supporting us in this. It's just a beautiful honor, and thank you for including me in the 2014 class. It's great to be back here, and just in thinking back, there are so many memories, like the Raytown South football game, which I'm very excited about tonight, and the homecoming bonfires and Taco Bell pre-Sonic. I don't know what everybody knows on. The water tower. I know there's cops in the room, so I won't tell any more. Cruising Nolan Road in D. Often Brings convertible to meet boys. Hanging at McDonald's in Kim Foley's Honda to meet boys. Singing rap songs with the BWA at Swope Park. And if you haven't done that, I highly recommend it. Or not. Did I mention to meet boys? I might have been a little big. But it all began, I took dance from Lori Wilson at Lori Wilson's School of Dance, but it all began in the backyard of Janie Wilson's house, who was our next door neighbor, with my dear, dear childhood friend Jennifer Davis, who's sitting right there, who's Jennifer Gray Davis now. And it soon became apparent to everyone that my natural grace and poise, that maybe I should look into acting as opposed to dancing, or maybe female pro wrestling. But acting felt natural. I want to thank the Raytown Optimists actually gave me my first scholarship to college, so I went off to Mizzou and got a degree in theatrical performing. And three teachers I want to point out and acknowledge today. Mrs. Reese, she was my 7th grade English teacher and allowed me to do interpretive readings in her class. Mr. Brannon, who was our theatrical teacher at South High, where I took to the stage like a fish to water. And most importantly, Mary Botany, Siddon's rap, all of her names. I mean, we met in middle school, back where you would wear Forenza sweaters that hung off your shoulder, flash dance, and she was the world to me, and really, she took me under her wing and allowed my freak flag to fly and let me shape that into whatever that was going to be. So much so that in high school, she would allow me to do, hammy interpretations during Southern Comfort, not the booze, but the show, and then ultimately named an award after me, the J Lawson Distinguished Performance Award that's handed out every year. And then at the university, I graduated from the University of Missouri with a degree in performance, in acting, along with a homely kid named John Hamm. As you know, some kids experimented with drugs in high school. I experimented with activities. I did everything you could possibly do. In fact, my goal walking into high school was to get as many accolades in the back of the book. Somewhere somebody stuck it in my head that you could get, listed in the back of the book. And if you look at that yearbook, I am probably the longest. I might have won that award, my own personal award that I was going after that nobody knew about. But I think it gave me the opportunity to navigate different groups of people and understanding how to deal with different personalities and political goings-on in the various groups. Especially when I got to Chicago at Second City with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, and then on to LA when I started to perform and then produce. I'm sure it's no shock that I was the class clown. And clearly, as you can see in all of the pictures, I'm in a cheerleading uniform most of the time. And the person who really turned me on to that was also my next door neighbor, Annie Fanny, who was a big cheerleader at Ray South, and I followed in her illustrious footsteps, so thank you, Ann. I'd also like to acknowledge Jimbo Peters, who is my stepfather and a retired Belton district school teacher, as well as my mother, Tina Peters, who I'm sure you all have run into at one point or another, as I think she is a pillar of the Raytown community and just an advocate and ray of sunshine for this town. Among other things, the Southwood Garden Club, St. Peter's United Church of Christ, Bunko, obviously, Queen of the Red Hatters, and really everyone's personal shuttle. So if you need a ride anywhere, she will, I have no doubt, come pick you up. Also, the person who got me out of hot water the one time I got in school suspension for writing dirty Mad Libs was my godfather, Gary Sheets, who was obviously a coach and history teacher at Raytown High. So, you know, no matter where I am in the world, my heart remains in Raytown. And every time I come home, a flood of wonderful memories wash over me. So thank you for this honor. Thank you for my Raytown community for planting my feet solidly, watering me with support, and allowing me to bloom.
Yeah.